You are still listening to Fever Dream Diaries, so you could say we're BFFs at this point. That's why we want to invite you to join the Fever Dream fam. Visit anchor.fm/Fever Dream Diaries to subscribe. For the low monthly cost of $4.99, you'll get access to new podcast episodes before anyone else, exclusive bonus episodes, live stream opportunities with yours truly, plus you'll be signed up to receive our monthly newsletter, merch giveaways, and more. Head to anchor.fm/Fever Dream Diaries to sign up today. Once you subscribe, all premium content will be available wherever you listen to podcasts. We can't wait for you to join the Fever Dream fam.
Welcome to Fever Dream Diaries. If you've been listening this long, you probably have all the information you need to steal our identities. My name's Becca, this is Haley, and we are on episode 6.
Since we last spoke, we have made an outrageous purchase. Becca, tell them where we're going.
We're going to a festival!
We're going to a music festival.
We're going to a festival. We're going to Vegas, baby. Are you ready?
I'm so excited for When We Were Young Fest. Is that what they're calling it?
When We Were Young 2023.
We're going to be there.
Ready.
Yo.
Get your freaking feet ready to dance to some emo music.
I'm pulling my Vans out of my motherfucking closet.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. So give me a taste of some of this lineup.
All right. We've got Green Day.
Ooh.
We've got Blink-182. Mm-hmm. We've got Good Charlotte, which, okay. But then
give them the real juice.
Then we've got Michelle motherfucking Branch. Oh my God. This is like the most exciting thing.
We are so psyched to see Michelle Branch, and she's not even very high on the lineup.
She's not. I was like going down the list, and I was like, we got to get to the good stuff. We've got Gym Class Heroes.
Do love it.
We've got 5 Seconds of Summer. A little bit out of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say really applies, but okay, I rock with it. It's fine.
We've got Simple Plan. I thought it said John Mayer. It doesn't. It says Joyce Manor. Don't know who that is.
Rock on, Joyce.
We've got 30 Seconds to Mars, All Time Low. That's about the ones that I recognize. Like, that's amazing.
That alone is amazing. And I think what's really special is our first concert was Gym Class Heroes, All American Rejects. And was it...
No.
Maybe Plain White Tees, or was it the starting line?
It was the starting line.
I'm gonna tear your ass up like you just got married and you're all mine now.
Are they playing at this? Oh my gosh.
We can safely assume they will be there. So, anywho, did we drop a few hundred, which might turn to much, much more because it's in Vegas for this festival in a year from now? Absolutely, we did. This year was the first year that this festival happened. And I got a little scared, Becca, because day one they had to cancel. Apparently the winds were just wild in Las Vegas.
I heard that. You texted me, and then I was doing some research, and I was like, is this a real thing?
You know, I've never been to Vegas, so I don't know what the winds are like, but apparently they're howling.
I've only been to Vegas once with my dad.
Oh.
That's a normal thing. It was really fun, though.
I bet.
Sober and with my father, and I still had a blast.
That's a great time.
I ran away from him when he was taking a nap, and I just went on my little way.
That sounds so you.
It is. I was in my early 20s and wanted to go just like see the city.
Yeah.
So I ended up like walking around. There are all these like free pools, like Caesar's Palace.
Yep.
You can just like walk in and go to their beautiful pool.
Sure.
And so I ended up just like pool hopping all day.
That's very fun.
It was really fun.
That is very, very fun.
So we're going to have to do that if it's not a windstorm.
Yeah, it's fine. So the day one was... I moved. Actually, excuse me, it's only one day. I don't know how they're going to fit all these artists into one day, but it was moved. And it looks like it went very successfully after that. But I'm sure it still kind of messed with a lot of people's time and money.
Bad for them.
I know. But regardless, we're very excited.
We are excited.
And our first concert was so special. We went to many after that, but All American Rejects. I'm sad because they were at this year's festival that, they won't be at next year's, but one day we'll meet them again.
We saw them before they really blew up the way that they did after Dirty Little Secret.
Oh, yeah, right. This was before all that. This was just the first album.
Yep. We were like in a mosh pit.
Yeah, I didn't love that. I still don't love mosh pits to this day for myself, but we did get involved in that. It was not just you and I. Was Jane there? Jane was there.
Did Shane's dad give us a ride to
Probably.
the show in like Lowell, Massachusetts?
Probably.
We were just so brave. Like I think we were a month into freshman year and we just decided that we wanted to go to a concert.
Shout out to us, first of all, but also to all the parents who do that. Because now that I'm an adult, I can see how annoying that must be to have to like take your kid an hour away to a concert. Then what do? You wait?
Yeah.
Do you just sit there and wait?
They definitely just like sat and slept in their car. That's so sad.
That is crazy. And both of our parents have done that on numerous occasions. And it's just like, wow, that's something I didn't appreciate as much then as I do now.
Yeah, shout out to my parents. Even though you kind of left me at home a lot, you also drove me a lot of places.
A lot of places. Yeah, to get rid of me probably, but
that was our experience. And as we say that, I do kind of realize maybe the reason we were expected to bring Jane to Justin Timberlake a few months later is because we had invited her to All American Rejects. So
makes it even more messed up that we did what we had done.
And that we don't know if she knows. Like, she probably doesn't. She has no idea.
That we lied about. Yeah, no, she doesn't know. She knows now.
Sorry,
we've given enough details about Jane that she knows who we're talking about for sure. That's why we're releasing this after the reunion.
Should we invite her to the festival next year?
Actually, that would be so cute.
Nice.
She
probably
has to
pay her way.
Obviously, yeah, and she can't fly with us, so that's messed up. Stop it.
You have to get your own hotel, own flight,
own hotel room.
Hotel room.
But we'll be there, and if you want to hang out with us, you can. No, that's messed up. What's so silly is we actually do like this person. We're just being dinks. She's so sweet, and I can't wait to see her at the reunion.
If she shows up. This is something we need to make happen.
Becca, as we really unpack this, what I'm starting to think is maybe we just had different childhoods than her, and that's part of why we grew apart. Because she was not a latchkey kid.
No, her mom was like a stay-at-home mama, I believe.
Yeah, and she had I had older siblings too, but she had older siblings who still lived at home. Mm-hmm. So they were more able to like have an eye on her life, and they were just home. She didn't go home to an empty house like we would often.
That's true. And she lived near the school. She had her own friends in her neighborhood, I think.
We like to think so.
I never went in her house, not once.
Really?
No.
Man.
I only heard descriptions of it from like her telling us about stories about boys.
Oh, yeah. We don't need to get it. That's for her podcast. We're going to let her tell those stories on her podcast because
be like a response podcast from Jane.
Absolutely.
Like, tell her side of the story.
Because she has got some good ones. Well, my real hope and love would be for her to be at the reunion. Maybe we can get her to record some fun stories.
I would live
to add. That would be the dream.
So when we think about like first of our teenage years, our first naked selfie that we took.
Oh, I love this.
A collective naked selfie.
Have we not told this story? Oh my, this is a gold one.
I don't think we ever wrote it down in our notes, so this is like from memory.
We did not want any evidence of this occurring.
None.
Take it away, Becca.
All right, this is a Friday night. Probably second semester, because we were a little bit more mature by freshman year, second semester.
Obviously.
We had established ourselves, and we had been invited to some more parties outside of Haley's garage.
Right.
So we had a larger circle of friends at this point. And there's this older boy, who we all met through just parties. And he had like a special affinity for Jane, but like kind of was into all of us as like a collective. And
who wouldn't be?
Definitely wanted some group sex, but we were very naive.
Yeah, I did not pick up on that.
No, he definitely was like inviting us all to hang out in a way that was a little grooming, a little predatory.
I mean, he wasn't that much older than us. I would also like to add, he was like one grade.
16.
Yeah.
And we were 14 or 15. So
That's fair. Yeah, that was the age difference here.
And he had a whole leg up on us with a year of high school. I mean, think about it. That's a huge change. So we're at Haley's hanging out with Jane one Friday afternoon, and this guy messages us. I'm imagining it as like a group chat, but like I feel like he must have individually called one of us out for the photo.
I think it was Jane.
Okay.
I feel like he was talking to Jane. Like they were
Jane, yeah.
talking.
And so he kind of like suggests she send him a photo of her top, like topless.
Yeah, of them titties. That's what he, that's child porn.
Literally, she was a 14-year-old. So,
That's child porn.
Okay. He wanted her to dump him out on camera. We only had the like smallest flip phone, 5-pixel camera.
And mind you, we were so innocent. We were not going to let her show real titty.
Hell no. Hell no.
No.
So Haley and I like really wanted to figure out a way to bypass the nudity while still giving him what he wanted.
Weirdly enough, I feel like she was gonna go with it. I was like, girl, not today, not in my house.
Not in this house.
Not in
the
dad,
doctor's
please.
house.
No.
So we send her into the bathroom to get rid of her for a second. We're like,
Naturally.
yeah, you go practice. And
Sure.
we're like, we're gonna figure this out. So tell me, was it the light bulb or the knee first?
I think we started with the light bulb because we didn't want any skin in the photo at all.
We take a light bulb. And while Jane's away, we decide to try to draw, like, I don't even know how to
We tried to draw a nipple and areola on this light bulb, which, as we understand now, is not even the real shape that we should have been going for.
No idea
But we
what a
didn't-
tit looked like.
I mean, we knew what our own titties looked like, but we didn't know about pictures and all this. So anyways, we get a picture with the light bulb and the drawn-on Sharpie
We
nipple.
had to do it in black and white.
Absolutely. We did do it in black and white, and we sent that shit. And a millisecond later, he responds, "That's a light bulb." Fair enough.
That's a light bulb with a black dot on it.
Foiled again. Yep. He described exactly what we had done.
Oh, so we were really like not ready to give the skin.
No. So
Well, some type of skin.
yeah, we compromised. So Jane comes back from the bathroom doing God knows what.
Freshening up. Powdering herself and putting on her nicest silk robe.
Oh my God.
Like douching. And like,
We can only imagine.
he's like ready to go to his house at that moment.
know. So anywho, she comes in and we're like, Jane, we're not gonna let you do this. As much as you kind of are into it, we don't want to be part of it. So we then tried to take a photo of her knee with a sliced Swedish fish as the nipple.
Because
no
we needed to get
areola.
some like height. We needed some 3D,
Depth.
some
Yes.
depth. Like we wanted to make this shadowy.
But no areola. We did not get any. I could have grabbed a pepperoni or something.
Pepperoni or just drawn like a pink circle.
Yes. So anyhow, we send Jane's knee with the Swedish fish. Millisecond later responds, "That's a knee with a piece of..." Yes. He even knew the candy. He knew the candy immediately.
And then
What's wrong with him?
we walked outside and he was standing right there.
No. Oh my God. He was at my home.
He was at the house.
After that, I think nothing happened. We eventually stopped doing that, and who knows where their conversation went after that? That's not my business, but our involvement, to my memory, ended there.
He's a married man now, so
And he's fine. I make him sound like a monster.
I said he's a man. So
He's a man now.
He was 16.
He was 16. It was a time where this was happening. No one's proud of it, I'm sure. But this was a time where sexting was occurring.
Sexting was real and it was a
Epidemic.
Absolute epidemic. The amount of friends I knew who just had naked photos passed around the school.
It sucks. It was awful. It still is. I'm sure that still happens to this day.
We have learned from Jane's mistakes. Actually, they weren't mistakes. We actually helped her, so.
I think we were spiritual guides for her at the end of the day.
Once Jane started like dating, it felt like that was what the first move away from. There was distance.
Yeah, and which, fair enough. As an adult, I recognize, when you get another significant other, you're going to want to spend time with them and do that, and that's okay. There's nothing to feel shame about that. Just don't alienate your freaking friends.
Yeah.
That happens.
That's so real.
And that's kind of what happened here. Maybe. Or we were just assholes. We would put R.I.P. Jane places.
No,
like, we were dicks at the end of the day is what really happened. And that's what this whole podcast is literally just us.
We're sorry. Okay.
Discovering, all the mistakes we made. We are sorry. But at the end of the day, we were all kids. In all these stories, we were all kids, even the person who asked for the picture. So no one can be truly blamed. It's just life.
I feel like to really understand how much of kids we were at the same time in our life, like, we were also going to Cheetah Girls live.
That's the thing. Like, we were obsessed with High School Musical.
Yep.
Definitely Cheetah Girls, which they didn't even have Raven, right?
After the second movie, they ditched her.
But, like, why wasn't she on tour?
There's a lot of drama there.
Oh.
There's a lot of drama.
Okay.
And
I'm curious. I don't know the Cheetah Girls drama.
So Raven was like severely bullied by the other Cheetah Girls, and she was ostracized and like felt to not be part of the group. And yeah, it's really sad.
Wow.
So
you can't hear my shocked expression, but my jaw has dropped.
I mean, it's been a long couple of years since, the pandemic started, and I've had a lot of time to deep dive on YouTube as we do.
That's why I love this, yes.
As we do. And I definitely have done several deep dives on the Cheetah Girls saga. Like pretty much everyone in that whole group was done dirty by different people.
Interesting. I'm not surprised to hear that.
Like
that's messed
Adrian,
up. I love her.
I love Adrian.
Of course.
She had nude photos leaked of her.
Did she?
When she was dating Rob. And she was like made as a pariah online to be like this slut, as they say.
Right.
But that was after she was already bullying Raven. So like there's layers there.
I need to know the answers. My dream is maybe if we do another season of this podcast, can we get any of them? What's Keely doing?
I want Sabrina.
Is Keely? You want Sabrina Bryant? What's she doing?
I don't want Keely because Keely seems like the biggest pot stirrer. I'm just saying.
That's why I do want Keely. How funny would that be?
I know you know what I'm talking about, but do you remember the video Keely made in the 2010 era?
No.
Last night, all I remember, I was ass up, face down, You don't know this? I could get it again if he wants it, because the sex was spectacular.
Can you add this to the playlist, the Fever Dreams Diaries playlist?
Yes. Wait, I can't play it for you because my frickin' sound is broken, but the song is called Spectacular by Keely. And
is it Keely? What's her last name? Williams?
It's just Keely, Kiely.
That's all you need.
Yes. So everyone listening, go on YouTube, look up Spectacular. You will not regret it.
Go to our playlist, better yet, because we have a whole plethora of music for you to enjoy from our eras. What year did this come out?
2010, which explains so much.
Yes. Okay.
Similar to other singers who have gone through like transformations, like I was very angry at this music video. Similar to how I was angry at Britney in the 2007 MTV VMAs.
Really?
That was my uninformed, young, impressionable opinion.
I got you.
To hate the woman who was like trying to do something different. It was kind of like when Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus did her whole like, I'm going to be an adult thing. Like I just...
Sure, I see.
I get angry at the woman, or I used to. Now I'm like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. But at that time, because I wasn't really being true to myself, I feel like it's hard to like be excited for women who are like going out there and changing. If that makes sense. So
see, for me, I get that. I was kind of, when Christina Aguilera went from Journey in a Bottle to Dirty, I was like put off, like confused.
And we were young.
Yeah. But at the same time, I loved a sexy woman.
We still do love a sexy woman.
I definitely still do. But I remember, and this is off the topic of music, but I remember my mom bringing me to see Rent, the Broadway musical, as a kid, and Mimi just being my spirit animal. She was going out tonight. She was a stripper at the Cat Scratch Club. And she, I won't say was living her best life, but I believed she was, because I didn't fully understand the whole AIDS part of Rent at that time.
You were young. So.
I was young. I should not have been taken to Rent. I didn't know what AIDS was. That's how young I was.
How old do you remember?
This is going to sound disgusting. I was probably like 6 or 7.
It's not disgusting. Hopefully it went over your head.
It did. Okay. But what stuck with me was Mimi and how she was just wearing this animal print, like sexy ass shit. And I loved her songs. And I just wanted that.
Yes. You're still wearing your cheetah print to this day.
You know what? I think Mimi influenced me in ways that
dude, that's
I notice
so real.
every year. Mm-hmm.
Well, you influenced me to love Rent, I will say.
I remember we watched the movie. I was so excited when the movie came out because I've been seeing the musical, clearly. Lord, the movie literally came out like 10 years after I probably saw the musical.
That makes sense because I think it was like 2006 we would have seen it.
So we saw the movie, obviously fell in love with it. I thought Rosario Dawson was an amazing Mimi.
Oh, amazing.
It was no Broadway musical, but luckily last year, actually, Becca and I were able to go see Rent together in Boston. Was that not the best time?
Dreams truly come true.
Me and her, I need to apologize to everyone else in that theater that we were in because
screaming.
We were not behaving the way I think we were supposed to, but we were just being us.
We were thrilled.
We were so excited. We did have a few drinks before. But it was mostly to calm the nerves.
Absolutely.
And we got in there. We literally held hands the whole time, and we were just we were singing every word.
Losing my mind.
Wheezing with just excitement.
You wore your cheetah jumpsuit.
I did, of course.
Oh my God, we were looking good that day.
We
had a little photo
We
shoot.
did. We were living. And I remember we even waited outside after to try to meet some of them. We did meet. Was it Maureen?
We yelled
to
Joanne.
Them.
We yelled to Joanne, and we were like, "We love you." I think.
Yeah.
And behind down that alleyway. And we didn't go down the creepy alleyway.
We didn't look scary at all.
So this year I went to see Hamilton with Tyler. Sorry to humble brag, but we kind of wanted to do the same thing where we were like, let's go meet the cast. And I kind of learned from our experience that we were like kind of like slow to get over, and this time at Hamilton we just walked over to the door and they all just come out and like start signing autographs and we're gonna have to go see it again though, Rent, and like try to find the cast and get photos.
I feel like we need to manifest this on the podcast because we have talked about something so many times in our lives that originally it started out as a joke, kind of, I feel, but the more we talk about it, the more real it becomes. And that is Becca and I's dream to produce our very own Broadway show of Rent. Well, I guess not Broadway. We probably can't have
an off-Broadway production.
I guess we're not probably qualified for Broadway production.
We can do an off-Broadway traveling production of Rent.
That's our dream.
I also had an idea that we could like have a house for the cast if we did it in like Portland or Boston, and then we could just like do it in one city at a time and then like have all the cast live together.
And then also film a reality show.
Exactly. Reality show is definitely part of it.
Obviously.
There's no question.
Right.
I do know all the words to all of Joanne's parts just so that I can play that role.
We safely assumed, and you know what? If it's our production, we can do whatever we want, that Becca would be Joanne and I would be Maureen.
Do you want to be Mimi, though? I can be Roger.
I want to be Mimi, but I don't know if I'm qualified.
Yes, you are. You are Mimi. I can channel Maureen.
Okay.
And you can channel Mimi.
Okay, maybe this is the direction we go in. So we have to be in it.
Yes.
That's our requirement. And we have been talking about this for many years. We talk about it to other people. They look at us like we're absolutely insane. And that fuels the fire more for us to actually do this.
Like when things go badly or go well, like our keyword is we're doing Rent or we're not doing Rent.
Yes!
Like that's how we get away with not telling people what is going on in our lives.
Why doesn't anyone believe in us?
I feel like I would say my boyfriend does, but Depends on the day.
Yeah, Zach loves us, but he does not believe we're actually going to do
Zach
this.
are skeptical as hell.
It's hurtful and disgusting. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually feel like I'm doing this to prove them wrong.
Yeah, so anywho, look for a listing. If you see us coming to a city near you, please come out and support our own version of Rent.
Maybe we should give our listeners who haven't had the gracious opportunity to watch Rent, let's give them a little bit of a backstory on what is Rent.
Yeah, go for it, Becca.
You want me to tell?
Yeah.
So the year is 1989. The city is New York City. We're poor. We're destitute. We have AIDS. We're heroin addicts. And we are the cast of Rent. There are approximately 7 main characters. We have 6 who are the protagonists, and then 1 who's the antagonist trying to steal their apartment building.
Right.
So Maureen is this really bold, politically outspoken lesbian.
Right.
And that was the first lesbian I had ever seen in a movie. I'm going to be honest with you.
What?
That I remember.
Wow.
And, she's the first person I identify as a strong, independent lesbian character.
Love her.
Other than maybe Ellen. That was the only other lesbian I had seen on TV.
Fair.
But Joanne is her girlfriend. Joanne is the lawyer. She's very straight-laced. And Joanne is kind of one of my alter egos, and then I feel like Maureen's my other alter ego. Right. So it's 2 sides of my personality.
Yeah, so you can play both characters. I'll play Mimi
and Roger,
and you'll have to. Yeah, I guess
they both have AIDS. So
I'll play multiple. So I guess I might as well play. No, we can have other actors. No, I know we can have other actors as well. So we're creating a lot of work for ourselves.
You're gonna be Mimi while I'm Roger, and then you can be Maureen while I'm Joanne.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'll be Benny, and you can be
Angel.
Oh my God, wait, there's 8 main characters.
All right, we're getting way too into the description. You know what? If you want to know what Rent's about, fucking watch Rent, because you will love it. And you will love it. And, or you won't, and I don't give a shit, because
I don't give a fucking shit. But we're going to make Rent.
We're going to make Rent.
This month's Rent and make the show Rent.
Facts.
Maybe.
No, it's happening. We have had so many just wild experiences, from seeing Rent together multiple times to many concerts, and they keep growing back up. And I feel like one day we're going to look at this podcast as an experience like that, and that's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah. This is fun. This feels like just hanging out.
This is natural.
Hopefully other people agree.
And you know what? We're just doing our best. So
we're doing our best over here, okay?
We're doing our best trying to save people from sexting incidents, trying to just make friends at Lita Lanes, and the list goes on and on.
Truly.
So I think we should save some more treats for next time. We're getting closer and closer to the reunion every single day. So I think maybe next time we get together, we should create a game plan for that and talk about what we need to do, because I'm not fully prepared mentally.
I'm not either. This is not okay.
I'm not okay, I promise. And on that note, until we meet again, Becca.
Until next time.
If you like what you hear, make sure you follow us on all social media. Becca, tell them where they can find us.
Our Instagram handle is Fever Dream Diaries. Our TikTok is Fever Dream Diaries Pod. And if you want to email us, you can always send us a message at feverdreamdiaries@gmail.com.
Send us all your deepest, darkest secrets. We would love to read them. We would love to connect with you on that spiritual level. And also on our social media, we're going to be posting all sorts of content relating to the episodes. See old embarrassing photos of us. See relics from the past that will bring you back to a simpler time, right?
A time before TikTok, a time before Instagram.
Exactly.
When MySpace ruled the world.
Oh my God, a time we all yearn for. So be sure to follow us. And if you really like what you hear, leave us a freaking review somewhere, would ya?
Hell yeah. And maybe a comment, maybe like.
Yeah, if you think that someone else in this world would like this podcast, you show us some love so it can get spread to them. Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you're listening to podcasts, leave us a 5-star review. We won't be able to sleep well tonight otherwise.
Please.
We need this.